Hey everybody, I am Justin.
And I'm James.
And together we are
Dollarwise Gamers.
Let's get into this. Let's do some talking. We got a lot to do in a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, the camera just looks funny. Stop making those kind of faces. I've got the pizza coughs.
You have the pizza coughs.
I always have the pizza coughs.
Patient zero.
All right. This is a very special episode.
It is.
It is episode 52.
Yep.
Which means, because we do an episode basically every 2 weeks,
that we've been doing this for 32 weeks.
We've been doing this for 2 years.
2 years? What?
Yeah, and then before that was I Think You Think, and that was about a year and a half.
It was creeping up on 2 years.
Yeah.
It was creeping up on 2 years.
So we've been
part
doing
of 4 years.
Yeah, about 4 years. And there are some changes coming.
There are.
Show. Yes.
It's true.
We're not exactly sure what those changes are going to look like, but we're kind of crowdsourcing it to a certain extent. We want to get your guys' feedback on it. But at least some of the options that we're going to play games together and record that, put that on the YouTube.
Yes.
We're going to possibly be bringing back I Think You Think to a certain extent.
It is a possibility.
Dollarwise Gamers isn't going away, but the podcast, like this format, is probably going to change, or it will at least go on hiatus for a while. In general, I'm moving.
Right. See, basically what happened is I took the Janet contracts to a lawyer.
Yes.
And it turns out that if one of us moves out of the country, we're both out of our commitments.
Right, exactly.
So
now it doesn't affect previous contracts. Because the I Think You Think one is pretty ironclad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and that one, the way we got out of I Think You Think was we started doing Dollarwise Gamers.
Right.
And we thought we saw that we did that contract very well, which we do have this out. So I am taking one for the team.
Right.
And I am moving out of the country.
And I think Guatemala's, it's not
nice.
as dangerous as the news says.
No.
I have no idea if Guatemala is dangerous or not. Guatemala might be a beautiful place.
It might not be dangerous.
It's very true.
Yeah, it might be beautiful and wonderful and awesome.
Yeah.
But that's not where I'm going.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to the UK, the United Kingdom.
The UK.
The UK, yes. I've talked about this, or at least I've mentioned that my wife's going to school there. So
right.
The family, we're all going to join her over there in the very near future. And because of that, this is the last podcast where we will be together.
Correct.
We will try possibly to do kind of a guerrilla-style podcast next time, at least as a proof of concept for trying to get back into doing some of the I Think You Think stuff.
Right. A little more like Casual Shenanigans does, where they record from separate locations.
Yes. Hopefully, the audio equipment will be going piecemeal off, so we should have good quality for it.
That's the theory.
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But we will need your guys' feedback as to how you like it, what you think, any suggestions or ideas. Go back and listen to some of the I Think You Think stuff. Because that is sort of the format we'll probably start taking with the future for those kinds of things.
True.
But yeah, so pretty exciting. I'm sad.
I'm sad.
And I'm happy, and I'm excited.
I'm not those things.
Yeah, but I new country, it's, you have to stay here with Janet.
Well, at least I'm out of that contract.
That's true. So, but very excited about that. To give us feedback, you can leave us comments in the video. You can send us an email at dollarwisegamers@gmail.com. You can go over to our Facebook page and send us a message through there, or comment on the wall or something like that. All of those things will get to us, and we will get that information. But we did want to kind of keep this relatively short because we have been running a little high on our times lately, up in the 40 minutes, and we're sorry about that. But we don't have as much to talk about, but did want to get that kind of out of the way so you guys knew.
Yes.
All right, so let's dive on into this. You can find our podcast. You can continue to find our podcast on our Libsyn. All of our links are there. You can find it on iTunes. Any of the kind of podcasting services that do RSS feeds will find our podcast. But let's start with what we are playing. So, James?
Well, we played a little bit of Guild Wars 2 together.
We did. We were looking for a new game.
Yeah, I mean, we're one of the ideas we're throwing around is kind of podcast / stream, which you brought up a good point, would probably just become stream.
Yeah.
You know, and that was a game we gave a try. Neither of us were super excited about it. It seemed like a good game. It was beautiful.
Oh, don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful looking game. Actually, I could run that game in fairly decent graphics on 4K on my 970, and it ran pretty well.
Nice.
It really pushed it.
Yeah.
It was getting very, very hot.
Well, there's also a lot of other stuff going on because it's not instanced. It's like, because it's an MMO, there's so many other things going on that's probably it's not gonna help, that's for sure.
No, it never really felt like a co-op game, which is fine. I mean, if you like MMOs and if we were just like hanging out, chatting with people who you're playing with, that might be okay. But for what we're sort of looking for, the game we're sort of looking for, and if you guys have any suggestions, please send them our way because we're at a loss, really, at this point. Like,
I like Guild Wars 1 better. You never played, right?
I did not, no.
Yeah, because there were more instanced kind of areas you could go into. And I was kind of looking for that, I guess, in Guild Wars 2, and it's not really there. That we really enjoyed the Borderland games, although we talked about going back and playing them again, but I don't think that's really what we're looking for.
It's not.
We're talking about Path of Exile. Maybe there's been a lot of updates since we played that, and we did enjoy that game.
We played through the whole thing.
We did, but there wasn't a lot of content. It was when we started doing the second run through.
Yeah.
Like for me, Diablo 3, talking about games we're playing, I'm still playing Diablo 3. I got an Xbox One, and so I bought Diablo 3 again, the fourth time I bought Diablo 3.
Yes, I was surprised.
Obviously, I love this game. But, that one I can play over and over and over again, and I'm still enjoying it. You know, and like with the Reaper of Souls upgrade originally, and then now the further updates you get that you don't get on the 360, you do get on the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4 or on PC. Again, it's like revitalized, like another big chunk of DLC that kind of changes the game. That obviously helps.
Right.
But Path of Exile doesn't have that depth of content. It's a free-to-play game, so I'm not complaining.
Yes.
I'm just,
and
pointing it out.
And they do free-to-play very well, actually.
They do.
Yeah. It's not one of those, like, in order to actually play the game, you got to spend a lot of money, so.
Right. At least last time we played. Who knows what it is now. But something along those lines, something where, I think we need something action-y. Yeah. I mean, so if there's any suggestions out there, I mean, although we've dug around. I'd be surprised. I would be pleasantly surprised if somebody brought a game to our attention. They were like, never heard of that.
Yeah.
And like, oh my God, it's exactly what we're looking for.
That's exactly it.
But, I'm hopeful that somebody can do that for us. But yeah, we're looking for something along those lines. I'm not adverse to the idea of maybe trying to do something more tabletop-y RPG online. Like D&D kind of.
Yeah, and we've talked about, what's the one that we bought? Not Pillars of Eternity, but the Sword Coast Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to go back to that and trying that again. So that's an option. We had a little bit of struggles with its combat, but yeah.
Not struggles. It just wasn't what we anticipated.
No,
it seems like
correct.
It works way better as a one-person game, or if it's like it's because it's a 1v4 game too.
Right.
So like if you're playing the 1v1 basically in this scenario,
right,
that runs a little more smoothly, I would think. But yeah, it was kind of weird. Because a lot of it relies on pausing the game, and it's awkward when you're playing with two people. Like, well, please let me know when you're unpausing. So
yes, that was the struggle we ran into with that. But it's been a while since we could try to go back to it. Anyway, if you guys have some suggestions, we are all ears. We would like to hear some.
True.
And even stuff that you would like to see us play. So if there's something specifically that you would like to see, because these will be pre-recorded. We're kind of steering away from some of the streams and stuff like that, mostly because we don't know if those streams will really fall in line with what's best for that time frame. We might be just kind of fitting things in where we can.
Right, there's a pretty big time difference. So.
6 hours, so it's enough that one or both of us, of us at some point is either really early in the morning or really late at night.
Yeah.
So, so I mean, that's the reality. So if you guys have suggestions, please let us know.
Indeed.
So you've mentioned what you've been playing. I've been playing Long Dark, Rocket League, Doom a little bit. Kona's actually a game that Levis bought for me.
Yeah.
Just for the heck of it. So thank you, Levis. I appreciate that. It's in early.
I'm friends with Levis on Facebook now.
Oh, are you?
I am.
Oh,
He found me. Thank you, Levis. I'm not on Facebook very much, but it's like my address book.
Yeah.
It's like people I don't want to lose touch with.
Things like that. Yeah.
Because other things change. People like stop using Steam. Their phone number changed. Their address changed. But Facebook is Facebook.
It's Facebook. Broken Age I actually beat recently. That's a point-and-click game that I've played on and off for a little while. I finally beat that, so that was exciting. And I only had to use hints a couple of times, so I feel like I did a good job.
Nice. Good work.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And that's pretty much it. I've kind of veered away from Witcher 3. I'm gearing up for wanting to play No Man's Sky.
Are you?
That comes out on Tuesday.
Shocking.
However,
it comes out on Tuesday?
Yeah.
When are you packing up your stuff?
It's right around Tuesday. Yeah.
He's going to put that off as long as he can.
Yeah. My plan is to pack my computer this week, so
yeah.
I have to look to see whether or not it runs on my laptop okay, because if it runs on my laptop okay, then I'm fine. If it doesn't run on my laptop okay, I'm probably only going to get maybe 1 day with this game, and then I'm going to be done for like 6 to 8 weeks.
Justin's going to try to sneak his way over here, see if it'll run on my laptop. Be like, hey, can I just check Google really quick? 4 hours later, Justin, are you going home?
Yeah. But that's pretty much it. I did notice what you just brought up on your screen.
I was looking because we talked about it before. State of Decay 2 as one of the games that we both really enjoyed the first one.
Yes.
And we both agreed at that time, man, if this ever gets co-op, this game's going to be awesome.
We got it, right.
It's a release date of vaguely 2017.
Yeah, and the last time I had heard was they were saying early 2017, but games get pushed back all the time, so sometime in 2017 at this point.
Yeah. I'm almost thinking, and I'm loath to say this aloud, but maybe we need to find like a real MMO. Not WoW.
But something else.
Because, I love playing City of Heroes, but that is good for, I don't want to say like depth of content in a way, but like replayability.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
If we could find one that we both really like, and I can't play WoW because I've sworn never to play it again. Yeah, even though I
don't want
to
play WoW because there's a monthly fee involved, and I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, but we might need to go there to find
something.
Right, but
Skyrim Online is something I would be interested in looking at, but you have more experience with that than I do.
I own it, but I never played with anybody.
Okay.
I only played by myself, and it was early in the release, and I didn't really enjoy it, but it is something we could try.
Okay, so we can kind of look at it, because I've looked at it a couple of times to purchase, and now since you don't have to pay monthly for it, there's just a one-time cost for it. Sorry, I keep kicking your chair.
It's all good.
Okay.
Thanks.
Anyway...
in a couple weeks, there'll be no one here to kick my chair, Justin.
I know.
Jana won't kick my chair.
It's not in the contract.
It's not. I bet I could add it for another year and a day of indentured servitude.
So I only had there's some articles. None of them are really that important, fluff sort of articles. It was really tough because we both knew that this was basically the last podcast we would be doing together like this.
Right.
And so my heart was not really in looking for articles.
Yeah.
But I do have one that I kind of wanted to mention. I think it's got some conversational aspects to it and try to get our mind off of this.
All right.
So Tim Sweeney, this is the name of the article. It's from PC Gamer. Tim Sweeney thinks Microsoft will make Steam quote-unquote progressively worse with Windows 10 patches. Now, Tim Sweeney he's the co-founder for Epic Games. He's a co-creator for Unreal Engine. So
what are some games that Epic Games has made?
Gears of War
right.
is the one that just comes to mind because they use the Unreal and stuff like
their
that.
Top title.
But so he's been in the business for a little bit.
Yeah.
He's relatively qualified, at least to have an opinion on this.
He's seen a thing or two.
Yeah. The general overview of this article is for the most part, that Windows has the unified Windows platform or universal Windows platform.
Right.
And the idea behind it is if Windows can slowly make little changes to Windows, if Microsoft can make little changes to Windows that make Steam more and more buggy and difficult to use behind Windows as a program, it opens up the door for the Microsoft Store, the Windows Store, to be an alternative that people would prefer over a client that doesn't work very well.
Right.
Especially if they can. Now, they had actually used, but these are computer speak things that I don't understand. But they were saying that if they can phase out Win32 apps, which is a specific type of application that utilizes things like Steam, from what it seems, and get people more involved in the universal, unified Windows platform or whatever, that can make that success can be much more realized by Microsoft and kind of shove Steam out of the door.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're miscalculating the odds of Steam's ability to react to that, or like do another update, like fix it. I mean, Steam has got momentum.
It's true.
Like they're McDonald's. What I mean? They're whoever. They're Coke, and Windows will never be better than Pepsi, maybe.
Right.
It would be a really oddly quirky, aggressive way to go about it.
So do you think he's kind of just banging the drum here, or?
Well, I mean, he might have a point. I mean, it would be a underhanded but wise business move if they could make it happen. If they could get even a good chunk of that business. But they're never, I mean, realistically, a company like that's never going to be able to offer what Steam is going to offer, because they see money in video games and Steam sees video games.
It's true.
It's not just we can like increase our annual video game profits by this much if we can get this share of that, where Steam is looking at, like, Steam is all about video games.
Right.
So that, like, specialty is hard to compete with, Right. Because even if Steam was buggy, I mean, can they really do that, though? Because once the game runs, you don't want the games to be buggy. I don't know. I don't understand it entirely. I would presume that if it was like a programming battle, that it would just go back and forth.
And I think the one thing that you're not taking into account is, and maybe just because time, but users are going to have a voice in this.
Oh, yeah.
And now that voice can be to Steam, and we've seen how companies react using social media and things like that now, where they can go, hey, listen, guys, it's not our fault. Like, we're doing everything we can. It's Microsoft's issue.
Right. And then internet rage pointed at Microsoft.
Right. And me personally, I have 600 plus games on my Steam.
Oh, yeah.
I would be very disappointed if suddenly I couldn't play them because I was using a Microsoft. And I'm not interested in using Linux, but if Steam suddenly went, all right, fine, Microsoft, we're going to try to go back and work with developers and try to get more games available on Linux, or something like that. I might be like, okay, maybe I need to look into running Linux on my computer instead of Windows. But I'm not a computer person per se.
Or even like converting over to a Steam box.
Right.
And not even worrying about your games on your laptop.
They would have their own the Steam whatever that utilizes it. And in that case, then exactly. Then I have to buy another console.
Well, but it's like a console that you already own 600 games for.
It's true, and that matters.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's probably a scary thought that is probably not going to really ever come to any level of fruition.
And it's disappointing, too, because it's not unlike the comment that we'd had from Bill from the last episode, where he was mentioning how gamers, it shouldn't be about like this console versus this console. It should just be about the games and the experience and the enjoying it. And it's tough. We rail against it a lot, is these corporations and these people that get in the way of fun.
Yeah.
And they get in the way of entertainment, or they try to tell us what is entertaining, instead of just making, entertainment and letting the chips kind of fall as they are. But when you're talking about money and how much things cost, and when you're competing against another business, you being able to up them or do better than them, those sort of things matter to businesses and corporations. And
well, that kind of move, if you will, is what drove me to buy an Xbox One, because the 360 and the PlayStation 3 version stopped getting updated at a certain point. So if I was like, oh, I got my Demon Hunter to level 70. let me look up some builds. Let me see what's out there. What. Like I look at builds. I normally don't do them completely.
Right, but you
I'm
get
like,
ideas.
okay, I'm already using these powers. Like, what kind of builds are with that? Oh, I changed these 2 powers. Whatever.
Right.
I'm looking for this equipment. But everything is for the updated version on Xbox One and everything, and I was getting really frustrated with it. So, but I didn't want to pay full price, so I kept. There's like some of those apps that are kind of like Craigslist-y things,
Yep.
And I used one of those, and I was just searching, and then I found a good price for one with 2 controllers, which is one of the things I really needed.
Right.
And I basically saved like $80 on what I would have gotten if I would have bought it via Amazon.
Right.
And I got a couple games that I'll never play. Would anyone in your household play the WWE game from 2016?
No.
I didn't think so. All right. But
not going to be very many people in my household pretty soon.
Yeah, well, because of that, because of those changes, it drove me to get the Xbox because it's not profitable for them to put that patch on these older systems, even though I don't feel bad about buying it, but it's an investment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel bad about buying it because I got 10 years out of my Xbox 360.
Mm-hmm.
So the price I paid for it divided up over 10 years, I'm like, deal, like it's a steal. Like there's no guarantee this one lasts 10 years. But last time it did.
You get 10 years out of that specific Xbox?
Yeah, that's the only Xbox I've ever owned.
Wow. As somebody who's owned multiples because they broke.
Well, I also don't have kids.
That's true. That's a very real thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's dive into the Humble Bundle so we
All
can
right.
hit on No Man's Sky news. I do have one more No Man's Sky news for you all before the game actually
He
releases.
decided he's never going to play it.
Yeah. Well, screw them. How dare they come out when I'm packing my computer away?
It's ridiculous.
So there's no Humble Bundle right now.
There isn't.
And we know why, actually. They sent us an email.
I didn't read it. I'm bad about reading emails.
It said, we heard that this was your last show.
Oh, yeah, that email.
That email.
I
Yep.
can't,
They heard that this was our last show.
It was so touching.
And they didn't think that the best way that they could honor it was to shut down Humble Bundle. They're still doing the Humble Monthly and everything. This isn't true at all, obviously.
Wait.
The Humble Bundle is still going on.
Yes.
But there is no Humble Bundle right now. There's just the monthly, and then their normal books and stuff like that, which we don't go into typically. But it was ironic. Coincidental, not ironic.
Yeah.
So let's do the Humble Monthly.
All right. So The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing Final Cut.
Which we both have, I think.
Well, we have the individual chapters, I think. It's the definitive collection of 3 standalone episodes told as one continuous story, continuing 6 playable classes and a new endgame mode with a huge variety of open missions, which is one of the games we've kind of considered.
Thought about. Yeah, it does have
Mostly
co-op,
positive on Steam, 79 out of 100 on Metacritic. Not bad, The Jackbox Party Pack 2, using your phones, tablets, or even computers as controllers. What?
This is really actually pretty cool. I've played this a couple of times.
All right, it's just a bunch of party games, blah, 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 blah. Poi, P-O-I,
POI,
is a
yeah.
3D adventure platformer throwback to the 90s era of classic platforming games. Explore big worlds, compete in challenge levels, meet quirky characters, and pull off classic platforming feats on a journey to become a master explorer.
This might be good if the writing is good, but there's so many games out right now. Unless that game has got awesome writing, I don't know.
Well, you got to have both now.
Yeah.
It's a modern gaming world.
It doesn't have to have great graphics. It just has to have good writing and a unique
quality
art style.
gameplay.
Yeah,
And quality
unique,
gameplay. Yeah. Okay, so Planet of the Eyes. Explore the mystery of an unknown world. You've crash landed on the Planet of the Eyes in an escape pod. Discover what lies beneath through puzzle solving, exploration, and audio logs from another survivor. Is it really another survivor?
No,
You got to play to find out.
No.
Turn down the lights, put on your headphones, and grab your controller to experience the atmospheric journey of a lone robot in a dangerous world.
That actually sounds kind of fun.
Could be. I mean, it definitely sounds
I
like
think
a game
that
that's
one's
up
the
here.
fake one.
I got very positive on Steam and 80 out of 100 on Hardcore Gamer.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, there's a couple of games that have that, so I don't know. I don't know if that's something I don't know what that is. Never seen it before. Next one is Star Wars Rogue. You'll find this roguelite labyrinth lodged in the side of a star. I wouldn't, if
how
something's
is
stuck in a
that?
star, I would
No.
not, just leave it.
No, it's burning.
Yeah, that's garbage.
Yep.
It is past the 3-second rule. Star Wars Rogue
can't eat that.
features hundreds of items, enemies, and rooms, catacombs that evolve and expand, incredibilities, secrets that change the way the game plays,
I don't know
over-the-top
if
mod support, and a detailed wiki, and 5 difficulty levels from relatively easy to nigh impossible. Starward Rogue features tons of new content sponsored by the Humble Monthly, including a multi-phase Humble Boss and a new Humble consumable shop. Plus, you'll receive the Humble Mech, which is armed with a special secondary weapon and a missile launcher that converts enemies into credits.
That's it. That's a very, like, we sold out to Humble Bundle game.
Kind of weird. Okay, so then Call of Duty Black Ops 3 multiplayer starter pack. We talked about this in the last podcast. The Call of Duty Black Ops 3 multiplayer starter pack allows you to experience the ranked multiplayer game of Black Ops 3. This is a multiplayer-only version of Black Ops 3 and gives you access to publicly ranked multiplayer matches and features including Weapon Paint Shop, Gunsmith, Arena, Free Run, Theater, and Black Market. You get 67% off when upgrading to the Black Ops 3 full game.
Okay.
Until August 12th. And then the Humble Monthly debuts. Whoa.
Till August 12th.
Yeah. RAM, Random Access Murder. You're a robot. That's all I have to say about that.
That's
no
enough.
Murder other robots with your data-destroying weapons and create a stack of dismantled enemies. Be the last heap standing and do not run out of memory. RAM is a first-person arena shooter with a unique look and fast-paced action. Play online against your friends or enemies across 5 arenas. With the 9 different weapons in the game won't hurt your opponents, but rather leak their memory, causing different glitches and bugs. Gain badges by playing online, and fine-tune your loadout of leaker weapons. And then Humble Originals, we have Disc Room, is a hardcore dodge 'em up brought to you by Kitty Callis, Jan Willem Nijman, and Dos One. A utopian future level, a utopian future filled with lethal discs requiring only reflexes and strategic use of slow motion. As more rooms are unlocked, a way out might appear. You don't have to die, you can live. Live 30 seconds and grow old.
Okay.
Right.
So it's a dodge 'em game, though.
It is.
Yeah.
And then Soma is the unlock for next month.
Yeah, Soma I'm actually pretty excited about.
So we both kind of agreed. This is the first one that it feels a little disappointing. Like, I don't think my collection of games improved by much with this.
Yeah, for $12, and obviously none of these games are games we've played really yet, other than the
Van
one.
Helsing, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that. Well, and I've played the You Don't Know Jack starter pack a little bit, but $12 is a lot to spend for this stuff. Again, all of this is sight unseen. We haven't really played any of it. It's just what we've read.
Right.
There is a couple I'm interested in, but there's none that I'm like, oh, great. I'm really happy I have this in my collection now.
Yeah.
That's all right. We've had a bunch of good ones.
It's true. I'm not complaining. It was just an observation.
Yeah. Okay. No Man's Sky news. No Man's Sky news.
Former host of Dollarwise Gamers found playing game after loss for 2 straight weeks.
Yeah.
That might be true.
Yeah.
It's not me, though.
So, there was a leaked copy that came out of No Man's Sky. The guy bought it for like $12,000.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyway, I guess, so here's the thing. Leaked copy came out. It happens. Games happen like that.
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely did not go trying to find this somewhere on the internets.
A little defensive.
I'm just saying, because first of all, it's not the game. It's just, it's pre the first patch. So there was complaints about, like bugs and things like that, and I'm like, yeah, but
wait, he got a bootleg copy and is complaining,
and he was complaining about so he did like he got to the center of the galaxy in 30 hours.
All right,
okay, and complained about bugs and things like that, and I'm thinking, okay, one, he made it a point to quickly get to the center of the galaxy, and it took him 30 hours,
right?
Okay, and he had bugs. Well, there hasn't been a first day patch. I'm like, calm down, but in general, like. It seemed like this article from Kotaku says No Man's Sky fans are having a meltdown over leaked copies.
Right.
No, at least me as a fan, I'm not having a meltdown. I'm more just like, what a douchebag for like trying to steal from this company, because it's a small indie developer. First of all,
well, it's not the guy who bought it; it's the guy who sold the person who sold it.
Yes,
that is the douchebag.
Yes,
but for $12,000.
Yeah. Who spends
It doesn't matter.
though?
This guy gets to play like a buggy game a month before people get to play a non-buggy game.
Oh,
theoretically.
I'm sorry, 12,000. I'm sorry. It was not 12,000. It was 1,300. 1,300. I'm sorry.
It's still a decent amount of money, but it's a ridiculous amount to play for. You know how many games you could get for 1,300 if you just buy them
especially
normally?
because this was last week.
And
a week before the game came out.
Yeah.
Like, really? Why? So that you could get some traction to your like website, I guess.
Yeah, he's got 3 more Twitter followers.
Yeah. So it's disappointing. It does not make me think that the game is going to be any less exciting than I plan on.
Dude, playing the game for 30 hours and it being buggy and you finding the center of the universe too quickly wouldn't be enough.
The center of the galaxy.
Oh, sorry.
One galaxy.
Just one.
But the goal is to get to the center of the galaxy that you started. But there is
Right.
more than just that. Like,
Right.
there's more than just that.
See,
but anyway, yeah.
Nothing will dissuade you.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
like,
you could play this game for 100 hours hating it and be like, I love No Man's Sky.
it's beautiful.
It's still my
Perfect
favorite.
thing. I'm not off of work on Tuesday though, so even if I started playing it at midnight on Monday,
I'm a little sick. You might get it.
I can't come in. Actually, this Tuesday I have to go in. I'm the only one who's opening the store that day, so the store doesn't need to open, does it?
Couldn't your who's above you? Couldn't they come?
Oh, my
over the store?
DM. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have to go in. I'm sick.
No, neither of us would ever really do that.
No.
I mean, you'd have to do it. I would, like either of us. I think it would literally be like there's nothing that I could do.
That is another thing that we didn't talk about as another option under I Think You Think. I know this is really off the cuff, and we did not discuss this at all. But bringing back our Clopen Door policy. More as just a podcast talking about working in retail.
Yeah.
So that's a possibility too. If that's something you guys might be interested in, let us know, because we have a lot of experience working in retail.
It's true.
And we couldn't tell like exact stories about things, but we could give like advice, and we could talk to you about all our experience as managers and leaders and things like that. So we have
answer questions. You have a difficult manager, or I mean, no guarantee that our advice works out well, but I've worked with a lot of different people.
Yes. So if that might be something you're interested in, or let us know. So finally, Greenlight Gaming game.
Yeah.
I do have one for you.
All right.
The Greenlight Gaming game.
I can't go 0 for 3.
So
I might.
So Sherbets sent us an email.
Okay.
With a Greenlight game to try. They came up with one. Name, everything.
Yeah.
So I utilized that to come up with a theme for this one. So all of these have a theme. So they're all 3 of them.
Just keep changing the rules on me.
I know. No.
I'm playing. Yeah, I know. I'm just
all right. So all of these have a theme of like a job that you would take. All right. So here we go. Obviously, this is still Greenlight Gaming games.
Okay.
All right. So for those who don't know, the Greenlight Gaming game, I give James. There's 3 games that I talk about. 2 of them are real, or they are on the Greenlight Gaming, the Greenlight thing on Steam, and one of them is fake that either I have made up, or in this case, Sherbets has made up. Sherbets is one of our regular listeners. So
yes.
So here we go, and we're going to come up with a way to continue doing this Greenlight game, because this is fun. I really like this.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. First one. TA Simulator. Jacob thought his TA for his English course had the easiest job. So when he noticed that there was an opening for a TA position for a statistics class, he took the chance, applied, and got the job. But being a TA for a math course is a lot more time-consuming than he thought it would be. Grade papers, argue with disgruntled students about their grades, and hold recitations in this new, exciting life simulator game.
All right.
Number 2, 911 Operator. 911 Operator is a game about the difficult work of people that manage emergency lines and services. Main task is to answer incoming calls and to react properly. Give first aid instructions, advise, dispatch correct number of firemen/police/ambulances, or sometimes just ignore the call.
All right.
And number 3, Help Me Doctor. In this game, you will get into the shoes of a newly graduated doctor who wants to run his own private clinic. To achieve that goal, you'll need to get past multiple tasks and tests given to you by the crooked bureaucratic Ministry of Health, at least until they decide to sign that precious contract with you. Face multiple moral choices that can lead to shutting down everything you strive for. Every day and every week, new challenges will arise. Remember, paperwork needs to be in order.
I'm going to go with the first one is not real.
All right. Any particular reason why you think that one is not real?
In the third one, it referred to the Ministry of Health, which I wouldn't think that normally would be used because I believe Sherbets is from here, America. So you normally wouldn't call it the ministry. So that was one reason why I eliminated.
All right.
And I don't know. It's just a gut between the first two.
All right. So let's do these in reverse order then.
Again.
So we're going to start with Help Me Doctor.
Help Me Doctor.
Help Me Doctor is 100% real.
Of course.
Of course it's real. So, you know what? I've got it on here. This one. I don't want to actually click the wrong one and then you see
and then
which one is the other one. Yeah. So Help Me Doctor is... what I noticed last time is that I don't say who makes them.
Right.
So Angry Angel Games, it's a Polish game studio. So you were correct at least that was good going. And its link has for the Indiegogo project, so it's probably so you can go and donate to it. So there you go. That game is completely real. You can go and donate to it if you're interested in that game.
Nailed it. We're out. Thanks everybody.
All right, number 2.
Oh, damn.
Number 2. 911 Operator. 911 Operator is 100% true. James wins one finally.
I did it.
Yeah. So 911 Operator is on Kickstarter.
I would like to thank my family.
Shut up.
I would like to thank Sherbets.
It's a PC game about emergency services. 911 Operator is by Playway, also a Polish
all right.
game.
They're rocking
maker,
out the Greenlight games out there.
Yeah. So evidently they're the only ones who do like these job simulator games.
Okay.
Except for the one that's made by Sherbets, which obviously is TA Simulator, Teaching Assistant Simulator. I think it would have been better if it would have been called Teaching Assistant Simulator.
Maybe.
But I don't know. I thought that what would give it away is because Sherbets is in college.
Yeah.
That you would be like, oh, yeah, Sherbets is in college, TA Simulator. Oh, okay.
I mean, like, I didn't know for sure Sherbets what... Yeah.
Well,
I didn't really know that.
Yeah. So, but yes, so you did win one. So good job. Excellent. James wins one finally. But
that's how we end the podcast, people.
That's right.
James finally wins.
Finally wins. But we win because we're getting out of the contract with Janet.
Yeah, well, you get to escape the country. I'm not sure what she has in store for me once you're gone. It's just me v. her.
But we will continue this Green Man Gaming game, probably in little shorts that we can throw up on the YouTube.
It's true.
Though that's pretty easy. We can do that. We can have a lot of fun with that. But do reach out to us. Let us know what you guys are interested in, what you'd like to see, what kind of options we have. If you think of something that we haven't thought of that you kind of want to throw our way, we are all ears. We're interested in hearing what those things are. We are literally all ears. That would be impossible. We wouldn't be able to talk. You can't talk with your ears, contrary to popular belief.
So you couldn't hear that?
Huh?
No. Okay, you're right. You can't talk with your ears.
So, but as always, we always want to thank everybody who's been part of this. It doesn't necessarily mean that Dollarwise Gamers has a podcast is going away. It is definitely going on a hiatus. But
true.
we will be doing some things to try to keep stuff going and have some stuff in line. Let me get settled in the UK, and we'll try to get back into doing some stuff and have some fun.
Settled in the UK. A couple months of No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
And then he'll remember to message me on Facebook again.
Yes, and then probably, hopefully about that time, State of Decay 2 will be out.
Well, no, it's Civ 6.
Oh, Civ 6 is in October, so we got to play that.
And then State of Decay.
And then State of Decay.
And I'll still be playing Diablo 3.
Yes, yes. But yes, so thank you every single one of you who have been a part of all 52 of these episodes so far. We really appreciate it. Send us some love. Send us some emails. Put a comment in there. Not a problem. That would be awesome. It'd be nice to hear from every single one of you. And thank you to the Casual Shenanigans. Thank you to the people that we've had on as guests.
Anyone who's been a part of one of our game nights, the Tabletop Simulator nights.
Yep.
Leave us in Sherbets, especially.
Yes.
I mean, we have. I mean, there are other regular listeners and regular visitors to your streams.
Yep. Broken Mold and Toast Sapper. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, leave us in Sherbets, our most active listeners,
And friends.
I was going to call them fans, and that's not right.
No,
that doesn't. It just
they may have
seem
begun
right
as fans, but they're definitely friends. They're definitely part of our community. And the casual Shenanigans, I spend a lot of time with them, and they're a great community of people to be around. Real people I would consider friends
Nice.
that I talk to on a regular basis. Very supportive, and that's all you can really ask for. And yeah.
And until the next time we're on, enjoy your existence.